Hi, guys.
Hello.
Good to see you all. All right, I'm here with Sam, the management for the Echodolls. If you guys catch them at the concert, me and Immortal Being did, they were amazing. I mean, let's just point that out. Round of applause. They did amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm so honored. Yeah, I'm Sam. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, of course, I needed to. Your performance was amazing. I've never seen anything like it in my whole life. I've never seen that kind of animation into a whole performance. That was amazing.
Thank you. I worked really hard on it. What stood out to you?
I mean, it was just amazing to me. I mean, you should have seen the reaction on my face when I was watching. I was a moderator for the chat, like in the performance, and I watched yours, and
Yeah.
literally, like, I fainted. I fell on the floor. Like I was like, what? Like, like I literally loved it, and I haven't seen anything like it. I put on three concerts, and I've never seen anything like that. Yours is probably the best one out of all the other ones. It's probably one of the best ones ever.
Thank you. I do my best to, like, do something new. Like, I don't I just want to stand out from the rest of the indie musicians, right? I'm trying to, like, build a brand. I'm trying to be at least visually interesting. And the whole concept with the Echodolls being a virtual band means, through virtue of, if I want to have them on stage, I'm gonna have to animate them. And so I just taught myself how to animate and bought all the hardware I need for motion capture, and I put it together. The animation you saw in the fest, the Weekends Radio Fest, that was actually pretty rough because I had a harsh deadline. But we're working on, like, more animation projects that have much, like, finer, much more refined animations.
Yeah, you better. That was like amazing. Y'all should really check it out if you have not. You guys really should.
Yeah, echodolls.com. You can find everything there.
Yeah, please do, please do. And you need to actually be signed to a label. Actually, I
I
hopefully you got in dramatic. I hope.
I I'm waiting to, like, look into labels until I get my EP out. I'm working on a 5-song EP. It doesn't have a proper name yet, but the working title is called Dropped Packet. It's just a collection of all the good songs I will have made, 5 total, with some of them being Hero, Shepherd, Horizon, Reflection, and Time Again, with only Shepherd and Horizon being released so far.
Oh, nice. I'm so excited for your new EP. I'm so excited. I know you can't tell us much about it. Oh, just by the sound of it, I'm excited. Just by the sound of it.
hmm It's probably going to take a while because, I do everything myself. I've been working, like, these past 2 months entirely on animation. It's been kind of slow in terms of the music, but it's still a good, like, creative project that I'm working on. It's a short mini-sode. It's not going to be very musically oriented. It's going to be around the Echodolls as characters.
Mm, that makes total sense. And you look into the mirror because exactly how you are, which is taking a slow process but still great. That's exactly me. I'm doing everything myself, and so it's a great product. So it looks like that process is working for everybody.
I mean, working alone, especially on big projects, it's really hard, but God, you have unparalleled creative freedom. No one's gonna, double guess you. Well, unless you invite criticism.
Oh yeah.
And
Um,
even though I work alone, like, no person is an island. I'm not isolated. I have a world building server that the Equidolls are from. It's been going on for 5 years now. And it's just this big shared lore that the Equidolls are part of. And whenever I need help with something, or, like, help with writing, which the people there are really good at, I always just say, hey, can I get some help? Does this, like, confined to the lore that we've built so far? So I'm not entirely alone, but I do pull most of the work.
Dude, I'm the same, 100%.
Uh,
But yes, nice little chat. We're just gonna go on to music because that's what we're here for.
all right.
Also, I just need to point this out. I made a new Insta page. Please make sure to follow it. The other one is hacked. If you see anything about Because I know I've looked at it and I saw a giant car on it, or I saw something. I don't know. Just don't follow it. Just go on the new one. Letting you guys know.
I'm sorry to hear. I'm sure it's fine though.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine. I made a new page, and it's slowly getting rid of. Most people said it's off their page now, so.
I mean, hey, once you're big enough to get hacked, it means at least you're getting somewhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking of that too. It's like, if I'm getting hacked, that means that I'm pretty big.
I have enough clout that people want what I got.
Yeah.
Or you're just really bad at keeping your password secure. I would like to thank our sponsor, NordVPN, for. Sorry, go on.
No, you are excellent. You're good.
Thank you.
All right, I'm catching my breath. I'm sorry. I'm catching my breath. All right, enough's enough. So how did the Echodolls get started? I mean, how did that get started? And what is the deal with the foxes as animation?
That is a long story. Do you want the full lore answer and the real life answer?
Whatever feels right to you. This is about you, so whatever feels right.
All right. So this might sound a little long-winded, but one day when I was in the senior year of high school, this is like 3 years ago, I was just on my school laptop. I was looking for realistic text corruptor. Like, you know how you like when you see corrupted text where it's like a bunch of like scribbles and everything over the text, like that kind of fancy text? That's not actual corruption. That's just aesthetic little characters being added on to make it look corrupted. I wanted text that was actually corrupted. You took the data and wrangled it. And so I went to this website. I found this really good corruptor that was really accurate and actually real corruption. And it was on this website, animalswithinanimals.com. That's such a weird website name. And so I went to the homepage and I said, music. Oh, they have music? That's interesting. No, skipmunks. What the heck is skipmunks? And that's an artist that has permanently changed my taste in music. So what it is oh God, this is going to be hard to explain. Have you ever tried to play a CD at 3 times speed, but the CD player was broken? That's what skipmunks sounds like. It's this, but it's a very special sort of corruption called skipjacking, and it literally sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks on a broken CD player, but it's good. It's good. It's very experimental, and when I found it, I'm pretty sure it caused a terminal loop in my brain that just permanently changed how I think because I just couldn't get enough of it. And eventually, when I ran out of like skipmunks to listen to, I'm just like, damn, I need more of this. And I had sent a message to like the guy who makes it. He didn't respond for 2 days, and apparently that was too long for me. So what I did is I just like studied the like corruption methods of how these skipmunks tracks were like, skipjacked and like what made them sound like that. And I made my own program to emulate that. And that has even more like precision than Skipmunks' method, because I met the guy who makes Skipmunks, and my method is so much more like involved and complicated than his. He can't even understand the program I made, or well, I don't think he's tried it either, but that's on him. And so that's where the tone came from for the sound. I wanted something that sounds like that, but a bit more normie palatable, because you can agree, I think, from what you've heard of Echodolls music, that it's a bit more palatable than a broken CD player on 3 times speed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the tone. As for like the lore, you said like, why are they foxes? That harkens back to the world building server I mentioned, where there's this whole lore, and we have like over 300 pages on the wiki for it. It's this community-driven world building project where anyone can write whatever they want into it as long as it doesn't break continuity. And one of the things that someone wrote into it was this species called Lafoyans, and that's what the Echodolls are. They're these shorter humanoid people. They come from the planet Lafoy, and they look and sound like the Echodolls. And yeah, they're just a band of Lafoyans. Pardon?
Oh, no, keep going, nothing.
Oh no, that's the end of my sentence.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
God. Sorry, I'm just taking this in because this is I'm just so amazed.
It's really out there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And God. Um, I was nervous whenever you signed up. Honestly, for me, I was nervous. I
Really?
didn't know you. I didn't know you. I did not know you at all. And I saw you signed up because every single concert is always new people showing up. You showed up, and I didn't know who you are.
Hmm.
And then I texted you, and was pretty shocked to see my. I was pretty shocked to see my emotions mixed.
Well, I'm sure you felt a lot better once you actually saw my set that I submitted, right?
Yes, yes. I looked at it and I was like, what is this? What is this?"
What are these
And
funny cartoon chipmunk foxes on my screen?
yes,
We wanted music, dang it. What is this?
yes, yeah. But you gave as big as a real concert would be. You gave it as big as a real one.
I,
That was amazing.
I try my best to maintain professional quality. I have I put a lot of diligence into like the stuff I work on. It's not like actual professional quality, or at least not industry standard, because it's still a team of one. But I try to make it look pretty dang close, and I'm going about the right ways to like be more professional. Like I notice my music sounds really tinny and hollow. I'm gonna take lessons from a professional mixer, professional masterer. By the way, Exandria, thank you. I know you're out there. You're my music tutor. And I'm like taking tutorials on how to make my animation look more professional, how do actual animators do their animations and not just this way I figured out. I'm very much an industry outsider because I'm all self-taught because being professionally taught is expensive.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
no kidding. But just from all this, I've met a lot of people like you as a producer. I mean, but this is just something else. This is like what? It's like something else.
Hmm. And like I said, I'm glad that it's something that stood out because I don't want to be another drop in the ocean of indie singers. These
Yeah,
it's no insult to like generic indie singers. They're not talentless. It's just that everyone has to have a gimmick or like a shtick,
yeah,
or just be. Sometimes your shtick can be you're really good at what you do, but that's not everyone. My shtick is high pitched vox with glitchiness and slight edgy overtones. I'd say that stands out pretty decently. It fills a niche that
yeah.
I bet is there. It just isn't opened on.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Hmm.
Oh, you didn't tell us that you were gonna come in an animated form. Everybody thought you were gonna come as like a real, like your real self, and you ended up doing it towards the end.
Oh yeah,
I thought you and I know it's gonna sound weird, but I thought you were a guy for some reason. Because you look like the kid Leroy, because of the long blonde hair. You just looked like him. But
yeah. I get that a lot. Because someone like randomly DM me the other day. It's like, hey, yo, can you make a music video for me? And he's like, I'm like, how? He's like, can I call you? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then he said to me, you're a girl, right? I'm like, yeah. You kind of sound like a boy. I'm like, yeah, I get that a lot.
yeah, I mean, you guys agree he does sound like a boy, doesn't he? I mean, come on.
Oh, I'm she, her, actually.
But yeah, but overall, you're very talented. Cannot wait to see what the future looks like. Which actually wanted to talk about that. I mean, I wanted to kind of talk about it because I know you're making EP. I know you're thinking about getting signed to Dramatic or whatever other label. But where do you see your career going in the next few years?
So it all hinges on if I can get enough, how do you say, clout? If I can get just enough eyes on me. Because, like, at the end of the day, that's like the most universal metric for success. It might not be the best metric, but everyone agrees if you get everyone to look at you, if you get all the views, then you're doing something right. I'm The Echodolls right now are a multimedia, music-oriented sort of brand. Uh, like I said earlier, we're like halfway through making a mini-sode that shows the Echodolls as characters. It's funny, at least somewhat comedic. We have almost entirely written the script for a whole 10 to 20 minute pilot episode for an Echodolls show. But we're not going to start really working on that until the concept is proven through the shorts. Like if people really like the shorts and they watch the short animations, then it's like, okay, there's some grounds for us to make the pilot. But if people don't care about the shorts, they just want the music, then we might not. It's still like a passion for me. Like once this project becomes self-sustainable, because I put so much time and money into this project, and I have one patron. Sign up to our Patreon, by the way, Echodolls.com. You get special Discord access where you can get sneak peeks. But anyway, until this becomes profitable, well, it's not profitable yet, but I still want to work on it, even though it isn't. I just hope that it is, because whether it is or isn't, I think I'll still be doing this. Well, unless I become severely in debt randomly.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I do see this whole thing going, and I can already see it being very successful. I can already see it.
Mm-hmm. My main concern is that it doesn't break out. It becomes a thing just for furries, because you're gonna see the funny cartoon fox people. You're gonna get the furries, right? I don't.
Oh yeah.
Like furries are great. I just don't want my community to be all that, like no shade, but like I just want it to be more of like a generally palatable thing. It's just funny enough to general audiences, or the music's good enough. Like I don't know if this is anything, but we wrote a joke into the Echodolls pilot, which hasn't started yet, where it's you hear about the lead singer of the Diplomats? Yeah, the Diplomats. I love them. He got banned on Soda Pop TV. Why? What did he do? Well, in a vlog, he said, "If furries want to be animals, we should be allowed to hunt them." And then the characters are laughing. It's like, why did they ban him? That was funny. Yes, but he still shouldn't have said it. Yeah. I don't know.
What you like? Wow, like you should do the show. Why aren't you doing it? That's
okay. You know why I haven't started on it? Because, well, do you know how hard it is to make a 20-minute animated, voice-acted, scored video on your own? I'm hoping to get some help. I'm hoping through releasing these shorts, there's going to be a small thing at the end of the at the end, like in the credits, after the credits. It's going to say echodolls.com/join. Want to help us out? Go here. By the way, you can type in echodolls.com/join right now and get to our Discord. Anyway.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I am hoping to get some help, but I'm bootstrapping myself enough that if I somehow never get help, I'll be able to, accomplish it. Because I'm almost done, or a good half done with this short that we're working on called Invocation Tribulations. It'll be out hopefully before March, just based on the rate that I've been going so far. Man, I've been doing. Pardon?
Oh, nothing. Go.
I've been working a lot more than I ever have. Like, I have a day job, right? And when I'm not doing that, and when I'm not sleeping, the majority of my time is just working on something Echodolls related. The thing Oliver Tree said, Oliver Tree, right? The musician.
Oh yeah.
Someone asked him, how do you never get burnt out? How do you just keep creating? And he said, always be working on 100 things at the same time. It might be less efficient overall, but you'll never get burnt out. Because as soon as you won't get burnt out overall. Because as soon as you get burnt out working on music, you can just work on some videos. As soon as you burn out working on videos, you can try making rendered images, working on interesting cover art, or just writing. And so I think that's kind of what I'm approaching with the Echodolls. If I don't want to work on music, which I haven't in a month, I can work on the videos. If I don't want to work on videos, I can work on the voice acting. If I don't want to work on the voice acting, I can work on making new album covers. And if I don't want to do that, I can just work on their language, which they speak a conlang, by the way. It's called Nunwe. It's you know what a language is? It's just a fake language made from the ground up. It's Machan Nunwe vai. I speak Nunwe. I'm an Echodoll. But yeah, I'm sure that's pretty boring to anyone who isn't a language nerd.
Says the people who watched the Minions for like 6 years.
That's the Minions is an interesting case. It's not exactly conlang. Well, it might be. It's just like a mix of Korean, English, and like some other languages because it sure sounds funny, I guess.
Well, it is. They grow so much money just from those little creatures. Come on.
Oh yeah, but the people don't watch the Minions for the conlanging. People watch the Minions because they're funny little characters.
Yeah, and I totally get your situation. I mean, look at me. Look at me. I'm exactly like you in this kind of case. Yes.
Oh yeah, I can kind of see that.
I mean, look at it. My co-host isn't even here. I mean,
Yeah, you were talking about that. Who is that, by the way?
I actually have a couple actually.
Uh,
So I've had Jack be co-host and Ecstasy. They have not been here. I got two new ones, but they haven't been here. So most of the time it's just me. I mean, and you know what it feels like to have to do everything yourself, and that's what I'm doing. I'm doing mostly everything myself.
mm-hmm. And
And
like I said, it gives you so much creative freedom, but oh god, is it slow. I hope I can get people willing to work with me. Once I start getting money on a Patreon, I can pay people, and then I don't have to just rely on their, generosity. You know?
yeah, that makes sense. But that's why I started this. So I have supporters. I have people that actually. Sometimes I have this one person that downloads the interviews for me. So the benefits for me is that I get supporters for myself. So I get people that support me, and
Mm-hmm.
I get help for myself in that kind of sense.
My group of supporters so far is pretty small, but it's tight knit. Like, like hello Kirshi, I know you're out there, and everyone else in the NDB server. Um, they're all like supportive, and they're usually willing to help a bit, especially when it comes to feedback, which has been indispensable. Because when you're working by yourself, you tend to get like a set idea of something that will always make sense in your head, even if it doesn't actually make total sense. So it just helps to have a second pair of eyes that looks over it. And it's like, huh, this is kind of weird for like a part of it. And you can look at it and like, huh, I guess it is. Because if you don't have that second pair of ears, you'll just go with whatever makes sense the first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully you'll get help. I know so many different people for you if you ever need it.
If you have I always love networking. I'd appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here to support however I can.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my God, my mind went blank for a sec.
Understandable.
Let's just start here.
Hmm.
What got you interested in music yourself?
Well, it was when I made my program Skipjacker to like skipjack audio and get more of that like I swear skipjack music is like crack. I know it's probably rotting my brain. It's sweet like candy, and I'm oh god. When I was making skipjack remixes of like pop songs or just songs in general. And then as I was doing that, I learned, some basics of like how songs are structured just through analyzing like the best ways to skipjack them. And from there, I released a whole album of skipjacked remixes called Refactored Melodies. And after that, I decided, man, I don't want to just remix other people's music. I want to make my own. And then I released my first song, Shepherd, which I loved it. And it's good. The mixing was. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you're totally fine.
Dog shit. And the mixing was awful because I didn't know what I was doing. It sounded fine enough to me. And then I made another song, Horizon. Also both of those songs are very slightly skipjacked, like combining glitch pop with pop. If it's all like skipjacking is like salt. The skipjacking remix I made are like cubes of salt, which are enjoyable in some instances. The original songs I made are just a sprinkling of that salt on the songs. So it just makes it exotic, makes it sound interesting without being so abrasive that it drives people away. Anyway, I released Shepherd and Horizon within like a couple months of each other. And they were both okay songs. And then I met through my mom, someone on VR chat named Exandria, who became my music tutor. And he's like a professional. He knows what he's doing. And he taught me all the stuff like stereo width, like how to properly EQ, how much reverb something needs, how to keep a mix from getting too muddy, how to maintain headroom. I learned all that. And then I completely remastered Horizon and Shepherd, which are on my SoundCloud. SoundCloud.com/Echodolls. And I'm using that information to make more songs. But the thing is, I haven't released a new song in a year because it takes, well, one, because I'm working on so much stuff, and it takes me so much longer now to finish the song because I know all the stuff I have to do to get it to sound at least okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Actually, are we gonna?
Yeah, I mean that's.
Are we gonna play the song? You said in the sign up thing that just like 1 or 2 songs to play.
Oh, that's after. That's in a separate segment. The only.
Oh, my bad.
Like if you want to do it live, that'd be within.
No, I'm not gonna perform it or anything. I just thought it was irrelevant to the topic.
Oh no, it's gonna be after. It's gonna be after. It's gonna finish the show out.
Oh, rad. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, what's the next question?
Good one. But glad that started for you. Really fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Now we all obviously already know how you go with music. Mm-hmm. You already know where to go, and whenever music is involved, songwriting, production, like you already know.
Mm-hmm.
Like you told us earlier, wasn't it? Wasn't it earlier?
Whole ball of wax, like start to finish. I do get a bit of help from Exandria though, but yeah, I do the whole process.
That's wonderful, dude. Appreciate that. And just along with that, how would you overall, as Echodolls and yourself, describe your music?
My friend's friend gave it the title Space Rock, which I think is pretty fitting. Since, well, one, because the Echodolls come from a sci-fi setting, and it just seems like the right vibe. It's very rock sounding. It has a lot of metal sounds, but it's very glitchy, and it has a lot of dubstep elements as well. So I think space rock is a good descriptor. Down the line, I do want to work on some like slower songs, because in Skipmunk's Volume 2, there's some slower songs in there that, even though they're a glitch pop, they just feel, I kind of want to make a song like that. So far, all my songs have been faster paced and more energetic.
Oh, got you. So you've turned into an EDM star, and you've turned into those kind of people. Okay, gotcha.
It seems like it, though. Horizon is EDM technically, but Shepherd is anything but dance. The rest of it is dubstep technically, if you go by the drum pattern.
Oh yeah, you're starting to turn to BB Rexa and Little Mix for some reason. You're turning into them now.
Really?
Yeah, if you listen to her music, they make a lot of upbeat one. I think BB Rexa, she only made like one song that was like slow paced, but most of hers is like upbeat. The Little Mix, they always make upbeat music. They make me sick sometimes.
I have a song that's kind of upbeat, but it's like fake upbeat, or it's like hollow upbeat, because it's part of the vibe of the song. It's my song Reflection that the audience, you all are going to hear at the end of the interview. It's if you'd like, I can go into the meanings of the songs.
Yeah, sure.
I'll start with Shepherd. I'll assume that one will play first. Where it's so when since it's the first song I ever released, I didn't have a vibe in mind when I made it, and then I just slowly started adding more elements and just added what sounded right. And I realized it's an accidentally really good analog for fear mongering during the coronavirus pandemic. And I didn't even intend for that, but that's accidentally the vibe that I created. It's like how pandemic fearmongers would talk about the pandemic. Like, I somehow didn't notice when I was writing it. This was the middle of Corona. The lines, mainly just the line, "You won't be where you belong when they place us under lock. They will tell you nothing's wrong. As the shepherd culls the flock. And I didn't realize that uh, I just made what came into my head. I didn't realize that people could draw a pretty strong analogy with like the COVID pandemic. And when I first played it for my mom, I showed it to my mom, and she's like, "Why would you say this?" I'm like, "What do you mean? Why would you say this about the pandemic?" Like, "Oh, this is about the pandemic. I guess it is." But it's still, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and so is the meaning. You can interpret shepherd however you want. I still interpret shepherd as generic, not related to Corona or anything. But if you want to like make it a song about the pandemic, you're free to. There's actually two versions of shepherd on my SoundCloud, which is the original with the bad mixing called the Pandemic Mix, and then the newer one that is more fuller, and it's called the Cure Remaster. Yeah.
Nice. And I'm glad it came to you. I'm glad the idea came to you. If it did, that means it was meant to be out.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's really good, really meaningful lyrics, I think. Well, meaningful if you attach meaning to them, because it's all up to the listener. But it's certainly a vibe.
Yeah, dude, I mean, just from your vibe yourself, I mean, I can imagine that.
And the second song, Reflection, is about relationships over the internet and how they are great. They can be great, but there are people out there who like just don't value it and go into online spaces just to cause like disarray and discord. Like, I know it sounds like the typical edgy internet user thing to say, but it was pretty meaningful to me, and it relates to specifically kind of like VR chat, since there's thematic elements of that. And that's what I meant by like hollow upbeat, where it's the song goes from upbeat, singing about everything that's great about being online, and then it immediately drops to everything detractors say. So there's a lot of emotion in the middle verse. The version that's going to be played for you or the audience after this for Reflection is a draft. The lyrics aren't final in the first verse and the last one, but other than that, it's just about final. I have been working on it for too long.
Gotcha, makes sense. Thanks for covering the songs. We're so excited to hear them. We're so excited.
Oh, of course.
I'm excited.
I probably shouldn't have explained because, well, it doesn't matter, but it's in my mom's perspective, a good thing an artist can do is to make a track generic enough that someone listening to it can apply it to something they're going through. And by like explaining the song, it removes some of that. But I still, I think people will still find it interesting about, what I wrote about,
Yeah, absolutely. And I get that. That's most good artists they do. They do exactly just that.
And regardless, most people who listen to my music will not have heard this interview, so it's not going to make a difference to them.
Well, you'll share it around, so it'll get some.
Well, yeah, I will. But I'm talking about just randos who hear one song, never play it again. Like, just because I like.
Oh, you mean those? Well, they're lost.
I have 50,000 views on SoundCloud, and I guarantee I'm not going to directly be able to send this interview to 50,000 people.
That is true. That is true. But at least at least you could say that you've been interviewed and you got expansion on music. You could say that. So if they don't listen, that's their loss.
Yeah.
That's their loss.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to share this with my friends because they're, at least some of them seem interested in the things I have to say.
I mean, that's just their loss. That's just their loss if they don't hear anything. And they're going to hear it because it'll have your name on it.
Yeah. Sam Hazen, manager of the Echodolls.
No, that's all right. It'll have just that. It'll probably have your full name, and then I'll put I'll put your full name. I'll put Echodolls. And when they search it up, it'll pull up on Anchor, and yours will pull up everywhere. Your name will be everywhere.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't put my name in the title. I would just say the Echodolls because that's what I'm here to talk about. Yeah. I'm not talking about me.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I'm just I'm just the person behind the curtain pulling all the levers. I'm not the one in the purple guy.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. I don't want to ever put your real name out there. I don't want to put any personal shit on there. I don't.
No, you can call me Sam Hazen. That's cool.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
I don't,
And so besides the
I'm not like afraid of being doxxed or anything, so don't worry.
oh, I can tell. I can definitely
I
tell.
haven't made any enemies yet, at least not really.
Gotcha.
Ah.
Makes total sense. Gotcha.
um,
But yeah, anyway, to make things more fun, I ask every guest to do this just to make things more fun.
uh-oh.
So I'm just gonna jump into it. Everybody always has questions they like to reversely ask. And in the past, I've never given them a chance to do it. So this is your chance to ask me anything. And sometimes in fun, they also dare me to do something. So you can also do that too.
Um, well, wow, I can't really think of any question. Um, well, how long have you been interviewing people?
Over a year. It started last year during the pandemic.
Huh. I mean, it's a good thing to do during the pandemic, especially since it's over Discord, even recorded in Discord. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't make music yourself, do you? Because you don't have a DAW or anything on your computer.
Oh, no, I songwrite, but
Oh,
I have on the show. I actually have rapped and sing. If you checked out some of my interviews I've done, people have asked me, "Hey, music, can you sing for us?" And I would literally sing for them. And sometimes they would ask me to freestyle, and I would freestyle for them. And they've always said they liked it, but I feel inside they have criticism for me.
hi, that's fun.
Oh yeah.
Man, I need to work with people more. Oh God, I have a collab I've been putting off just because I haven't been motivated enough to sing. That's the hardest part of my process. I'm always working on other stuff because it's just putting in the time to like loosen up my voice and get up and sing is it's just it's just a drag.
Oh
So that's why it takes me so long to release music. That and the
yeah.
amount of work that goes into it total.
Yeah, that makes total sense. That's why those producers they always ask for artists for vocals, so they're always in the background and the artist just takes over.
Yeah, the low overhead collabs are always fun.
Oh yeah.
Where you just send the artist their the mixer your stems and they'll do everything. Because it's like just a fun little thing. It's not like a whole week's project, at least not for you. It is for the producer. Yeah.
Well, that's why you become producer, so you can have all those fun things.
hmm You just become your own everything. And then just take forever on everything.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. But as far as that collab goes, you can always be like, I'm trying to think what producer. Oh, like Diplo, for example. If you heard of Diplo, if you heard of Major Lazer, there's an artist that takes care of the vocals and then you just handle the beat in the background. You can always do that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to work on anything that isn't Echodolls related or relating to the world building server. It's hard for me to stay motivated when it isn't because I've been building this world building project and by extension the Echodolls for over 5 years. And so whenever I'm working on it, it feels like I'm getting something done. I'm working on something that people will see and that will be like worthwhile to people because it's all just one big thing. I think that's why I have a drive to create stuff that I haven't had before. Like I'm surprised I'm not burnt out yet.
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
I'll probably get burnt out in like a couple months or two, and then have to take like 3 days off and do absolutely nothing. But like it still feels good to like keep working on stuff. One, because I'm learning a lot about modeling, and that's fun. I'm making a bunch of little trinkets as like props, and just music slap.
You model?
Oh yeah, I make everything. Just about everything you see in Echodolls animations is I made from scratch. And yeah, I've learned a lot about like how to use Blender, how to make 3D models. I like for the Echodolls themselves, I started with a humanoid base because I don't know enough about anatomy to like make a human from scratch. It's like a Herculean task, especially if you don't know anything.
Yeah.
So I used a base for them, but I did the textures all by myself. I did the textures for literally everything by myself.
That's pretty good. That's pretty excellent.
And it also kind of all ties into the theme of the Echodolls. Is I made all of this with my computer. The computer is a powerful tool, and like the Echodolls reflect that sentiment as well, at least as characters. Not so much yet in the music, because it's hard to make a song about computers that isn't just strange. Well, you could do it if you bury it in enough simile.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And that's why you were the highlight of the Devil's Night concert. That's why you were the highlight.
Thank you. I do try. I try to make. I've already said, but I try to make everything I do look professional, and seems to be good enough.
Yeah, and the great part is that you scratched out try and you say you did it. You can now scratch out try, and I'm like, hell yeah, fuck that. I did it. I did that.
Well, I only did that one fest. I only did that one set. That is done, but I still have more things I need to do. And I think I'm going along it at a decent pace. I can't wait till I get help.
Well, yeah.
Uh,
Well, yeah. I mean, you came to the perfect guy to help you. I mean, I got lots of people to hopefully help you out. Hopefully.
for networking, you know?
Mhm.
And well, there's a thing. There's a thing I said where there's qualifications and like help for a project. One, they have to be willing to, and two, you don't eclipse them in knowledge. Well, because if you find someone that knows stuff that you don't, but they don't want to help you, tough luck. They're not going to be any good. Well, they're just not going to help you. And if you have someone that does want to help you, but you eclipse them in knowledge, it's less of a partner and more of an assistant, which is still good. And honestly, you have to appreciate any help you can get because there is other people spending their time for something you're working on, and that's a really good thing.
Well, yeah, and you're gonna find people like that. Just look around, you're gonna find people like that.
God, I hope. I'm working on it.
Well, let's just say for now that you have the number and you have my name if you ever need anything.
Sounds good. I do have this contact I made recently at one of my girlfriends. My girlfriend threw a Halloween party, and there was someone there who's I won't drop names, but they're like a marketing person, and they said they're really interested to work with me. And once this Echodolls short is out, I'll see what they can do for me and what I can do for them subsequently.
Oh wow, that's exciting marketing. That's huge.
I mean, you can make the coolest thing in the world. Doesn't mean a thing if nobody sees it. Well, it means something to you, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, and that's true for like everything from music to design. That's everything.
There could be the coolest little project out there that someone made, like these full-length movies someone released on YouTube, and they look great. Doesn't matter if no one shares them, if no one sees them, because I guarantee there's diamonds in the rough out there that just didn't have the clout, that little seed of clout to get people to look at them.
Yeah, and you speak in my language. That's why I made this because they need help with those because I help promote them. Yeah.
Facts.
I mean, when they come on here, this helps promote because I got connections. I got people to help. Like
Hell yeah.
I'm I'm like a fairy godmother almost, turning them into little princesses.
If anyone who's listening to this wants to, thinks they can contribute something to the project, echodolls.com/join. You know where to find me.
Sweet.
That's Echodolls, all one word.
Yeah, you've been saying Echodolls a lot.
Echodolls.com, baby. I bought that domain and I use it.
We know you said the website 4 times.
Oh, more than that, I'm sure.
Yes, very. But I appreciate the consistency.
Fair.
Very fair. Did you have any more you like to throw at me or even dare me to do anything?
No, I haven't played Truth or Dare since I was 14. I'm good.
What? Why haven't you played Truth or Dare?
Because I'm 20 and I have a day job and I drink black coffee and pay taxes until I die now.
That doesn't mean that you can't play that. There's 30-year-olds who go to the bar every day. There's 40-year-olds who still act like damn children, and yet they're having the best blast of their life. I mean, come on, no excuses. No excuses. No.
The problem still is I'm not drunk. So I'll have to pass.
There's no excuses. No excuses why you can't. I'm sorry, I am not accepting. I'm not accepting. No.
I dare you to stop playing.
Okay, fine. I'll admit I did deserve it. Okay.
All right. Are there any other questions left on the docket?
Oh God.
You sent me a big list before the show, but I don't remember everything was on it.
Oh, I just gave you the list just to prep. I usually give that list to everybody just for them to prep. But yeah, this was a very exciting though. I just want to say a little comment though, before anything.
What's up?
It's just this was amazing, just so you know. Like, you have no idea how amazing this was to meet somebody so amazing and incredible in talent. And
Oh, I'm blushing.
like, you have no idea. Like, it's, the last person that is so huge. I actually interviewed a Grammy winning artist actually a few months ago. I think over a year or so.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Uh,
You mean on the podcast?
yes, I actually interviewed him. He actually emailed me and wanted to do an interview. So that was big. That's probably the biggest moment of the show so far.
Lovely.
Oh yeah. This also comes close too. That also comes close. Somebody that has that kind of talent in them, like, that has to get shared out more. The Echodolls will eventually become big. Just wait and see. It'll become big.
In the time between now and when you interview that next person, I can show you how to set up your computer so you can record your microphone
Sounds lovely.
for a podcast. Because that would be those that just. You can't see me, but I'm doing the Italian finger thing where you kiss your fingers. Crisp. But yeah. I don't really have anything else to say that comes to mind. Except for, Echodolls.com, baby.
Oh, goodness. Okay, you got on my nerves a lot. You're on the tipping point right now.
Sorry, I'll stop mentioning my website. I'm sorry.
No, it's so good. It's okay. Your talent, you're incredible. Keep going.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything else to say. Thanks for having me on. I'm really glad to do the podcast. I hope everyone in the audience enjoys my songs. The one that's coming second, Reflection, isn't out yet, but it'll hopefully be out soon by the time I finish it.
Yeah, dude. Yes, and it will probably be. It will probably. I mean, just look at Who Loves You.
Yeah. Well.
Just look at that. But honestly, for me, this was incredible. It was so incredible to get to finally see what you sound like. I didn't get a chance to see what you sound like because the only other time was your concert, and I only saw what you look like, but I didn't get to see what you sound like. So at least I got to know that.
All the Echodolls are voiced by me. You had heard me. It just wasn't quite raw. And again, thanks for having me on. Really happy to be. Everyone loves to run off with the mouth what they're passionate about, and thank you for giving me that opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. You know that I'm here to support every artist possible.
Heck yeah. Do you have like a sign off thing you say at the end of the podcast?
I'm working on getting my official one. I've said
all right.
I'm working on. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Okay. Everybody, make sure to check out Echodolls down below in the link provided for you. If you have not gotten a chance to listen to their performance, do so. You're losing time. You're
missing out.
You're missing out. Come on, go and do it.
I worked really hard, please.
Yes, please. Make sure to follow the official Wrap It Out podcast, the new Insta page. Please do. I'm gonna keep saying it for the next couple of months, so get used to it until everybody pays attention and listens. And as you guys always know, to support artists, so keep on supporting Echodolls, and if you want to help out,
appreciate it.
Please do. Or suck a dick.
I mean, that's one way to convince them.
Well, you have to go heavy. If they're not gonna help, like, you gotta go heavy. Like, if they're not gonna help, just say that. It is explicit, so I'm not gonna pretty up that shit. I'm not.
Go big or go home. It's the only way to go about it.
No shit. No shit.
All right.
All right. No, I was gonna say something after.
I don't.
But if you need to, you can. Let's just sign up of the audience before you leave.
Okay.
I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Follow the new Insta page and enjoy Echodolls 2 songs right after. Have a great rest of your night. And don't be losers and not check out the music. Please do. Peace.
not the same. Talking through a network chat.